Hi there, Martin again from martinconpublishing.com. Excellent to have you back again, and I'm really looking forward to today's lesson, which essentially is the formalized commencement of the program. The previous video was really just an opening introduction. Now, I'm really excited about the path that we're going to go on today. Effectively, after many years teaching these particular topics, with many successful students and clients, I'm absolutely planning to make the best of this training and share it now with all of you as well. It will take approximately 45 to 50 days. The fact that the lessons are presented in 45 segments doesn't mean that it's not going to take you a little bit longer. Some lessons are very detailed, very involved, and certainly is going to take you a longer time to get through that material. That doesn't matter. The main and important issue is that you commit to set on this journey, and no matter what blockages, no matter what issues come up as part of life, it's all about deciding to get on with it and doing what you know that you need to do. Now, I really want to be very clear about this. It's one thing to have words on a page or on a video, but that's not what this is going to take to be successful for you. This is just one way, me preaching to you as it were, and you blindly following some instructions. Take the information, utilize the information, and absolutely commit to yourself that you are going to take and do with this what you need to move to the next level, and so on and so forth. There is absolutely no reason why within the next 3 to 6 months you cannot be adding to your existing income in the range of $50,000 to $100,000 per year. It is absolutely possible. However, you have to initially believe it in your own mind, picture it if you will, before it's going to become available to the wider public. Once you believe it, the manifestation of the lessons that we are going to go through will help to bring that towards you. But you have to start, you have to believe, you have to acknowledge and recognize that it genuinely is part of the entire process. Now, when you've had issues in the past where you've been sabotaged, those issues are going to affect you again. Knowing about them, recognizing them, is the key to overcoming them. Now, if you rely on, for example, your partner to give you all the encouragement, that is excellent, and the stamina and confidence, that is awesome. However, you might be unfortunately one of these people who's got a partner who's going to say, oh, that will never work, it's all too hard, what are you wasting your time, etc., etc. I'm not asking or suggesting that there be any kind of disharmony, but you need to decide for yourself. Are you going to take the action you need to take, or are you going to say, no, all my friends think it's all too hard, it's all a load of rubbish, no. You have to be determined to go this journey yourself. If you're not determined, and preferably if you have the support of those close, near and dear to you, you're well on the way. If you're finding that the people you're discussing or sharing this with are not as helpful as it were, keep it to yourself and get on with it anyway. Because you don't need people dragging you down. The world is full of naysayers. This is about what are you going to do, what are you going to do to break through, get the action that you need happening and on there and out there. Now, this program isn't going to just snap its fingers and snap you into a different person. You may be excited today, but possibly in 2 weeks it'll all just seem like it's all too hard, or possibly you're falling back into your old habits. So I'm really digging into this point right now because it's important that you make a real commitment to do things differently this time. I want to see you make a commitment that says, I'm going to do all the 45 lessons and beyond. No matter how hard this is, whether I have the success results that I want immediately or it takes a little bit longer. One thing is certain, if nothing changes, nothing will change. If you're determined to make the changes and put in the effort, the changes will follow. So it's all about building a sustainable, legitimate, growing business that's got the essential contents behind it to actually create, a living empire for you, as it were. Now, so looping back to what I stated some time ago, the things that we have, or that you've experienced that have sabotaged you in the past, they are the issues that you need to seriously look at to see what can be done about it. Did you have a lack of focus? Were you being distracted? Were you fearful? Believe it or not, some people are even scared of actually succeeding. Were you a procrastinator? Were you not following through? Perhaps looping in email, Facebook's constantly being diverted, let's watch another YouTube video, and so on and so forth, stopping perhaps when things got tough. Being so tied to perfection that no matter how good something is, it's never quite good enough and you always want to just make it a bit better, hence read into that actually just delaying things and so on. I think you get the picture. Now, when we recognize all these issues, we're able to actually better do something about it. Now, write your own 3 things down, think about it, and after this video, or even pause the video now and write down the 3 issues that you think have been your sabotaging point over, the last period of time. And let me ask you this. Do you really, really and genuinely want to create a lasting built business, a real business that is changing your life, the lives of others, and creating for you a full-time income? Only when you can answer that with absolute conviction, 100%, until such time you're simply not going to be ready. One of the things you're going to find with me is I'm not going to be putting icing on things. I will tell it to you the way it is. Essentially, I will cut the cheese, get straight to the point, and make sure that we're honest with each other. Now, think about this, because your big goal ultimately is to change lives. Just saying, I'm going to dabble in something and I'll sort of see how it goes, that's all absolute BS. You need to be determined. You're going to change lives. You're going to change lives properly. So let's work through this. Now, let me ask you this question. How much longer are you willing to allow the piddly little issues like fear and procrastination to hold you up, to prevent you from your first 100K in business? How much longer? It's a simple question. There should be a simple answer. Now look, if you're holding on to your pet sabotages or saboteur issues and you're scared, well, that's life. However, you need to be determined to let that go and agree that you're going to enact your dream. It can continue to be a dream, or it can be a dream transforming into reality. So, if we're ready, let's go. Now, enough is enough. We can actually say now, in 3 weeks, we're going to be seeing a difference. Not between now and 3 weeks later we do nothing, but in 3 weeks is enough time for us to start something so there can be a legitimate and definitive difference. You're not going to be quitting, you're starting and you're staying on it. I'm not a time waster. I have no respect for time wasters. We're going to get things done, and we're getting things done starting right now. The buck stops with you. It's that simple. Now, I can't make you do it, but I can produce these videos and have you hopefully tune in each day, watch them regularly, and take the advice, apply it, and change your life. Once you start seeing those small changes come through, the rest pretty much follows through automatically anyway. Now, if I had quit ages ago, I wouldn't be here today helping you with this project. It's that simple. I would have decided it's all too hard. I would have had excuses. I don't have the right camera. I don't have the correct background to make it look professional enough. You know what? All of those are just excuses. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start. That is the crux of the issue. Now, if you think it's hard to think about writing a sales letter, for example, for a product that you've got coming up, because after all, we're going to be doing a sales letter. Without a sales letter, we don't have the vehicle to move towards recognizing and showing others what we've got to give them that we know they need. You're going to also be writing daily emails. You're not going to be trawling through Facebook. You're not going to be interrupting everything to watch another, YouTube video. You're going to be running a proper business that involves sales letters. It involves writing and creating emails. It involves mentally, in your mind, running a business so that you can transfer that into the actuality of running your business. So, you have to actually write down in a kind of journal the following. I am determined to build a business that does X and X and X and changes lives like this through X and Y. Writing this stuff down is what's going to create the material that you need in your mind. Pause the video often, write down these things, and you'll actually see that there's links towards all the workbooks coming up as well as part of the course. I'm committed to finally sticking through and not jumping ship when a new bright shiny object comes my way. I'm committed to pushing this to completion, and when I'm tired, angry, sick of it, or anything else that happens, I will continue to go through regardless. I'm committed to single-mindedly focusing on the task at hand and not allowing, through fear, procrastination, frustration, and so on and on and on, to hold me from my dreams. My dream is, and I'm committed to doing whatever it takes to achieve it, even if that means doing more than Martin asks. I'm committed to doing every lesson in the order that Martin gives it. I'm committed to staying the course for the full 45 days. I'm committed to making the necessary changes in my thinking, my writing, my work habits to make this work and achieve my dream. I'm committed to achieving my dream for once and for all. These are important issues. I really do encourage you to write this down and, participate actively in it. At the bottom, you sign your name. Now, you may think this is silly. A lot of people do. But trust me, people like Tony Robbins get paid $100,000 just to get folks to fill things out like this and repeat it to themselves each day. I've given it to you for a whole lot less. Now, I promise I'm not going to ask you to read it each day and affirm it to yourself each day, although I genuinely recommend you do it anyway. It might help you to remember your commitment. It's kind of like seeing your wedding ring on your finger, which reminds you of your commitment. Take the serious action, read it through regularly, and apply it better still. That's the introductory lesson that we've got. Don't move forward until you've actually completed all of that, because really it's super important. Onward and to your success.